about subject-wise specific tips for JEE Main, BITSAT, VITEEE and other such exams. If you just listen to what I'm telling you and if you work on this advice, I don't see anything standing between you and your dream college. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Adit. I'm a second year student at BITSAT Goa, and in this video I'm going to be talking about subject-wise specific tips for JEE Main, BITSAT, VITEEE and other such exams. I won't be delving into JEE Advanced in this because I don't think I'm qualified enough to talk about JEE Advanced. I haven't cleared it. So yeah, I'm going to talk about what I know about and what I have done. So without further ado, here we go. So in this video, this is the third video of the Competitive Exams Decoded series, in which I'm going to be talking about subject-wise tips for physics, chemistry, maths and English and LR. So in each of these subjects, I'm going to start off with general resources like what I use and what most people use, and then I'm going to talk about a few low-hanging fruits like easy chapters which are very often asked, like they'll guarantee at least 4 marks or 8 marks or depending on which exam and blah blah blah. Then I'm going to talk about one book that you can use and it's very useful, and one YouTube channel that you can use and that I have vetted, like that I have used or heard about a lot in some form. Okay, now let's start off with physics. I absolutely hate physics, but I don't know why, it's just but I had to do it, so I studied it. Quick point, JEE Main mein you can get 200 by just scoring 100 and 100 in chemistry and maths. You don't have to do physics, you can get a 0 in physics. But in JEE Advanced you'll have to clear at least the physics cutoff, like minimum. And I think in other exams also there's a minimum cutoff for subjects depending on which college or whatever. But yeah, if you don't want to study physics, don't study, but whatever. I did physics mostly from Physics Wala, Aman Vittarwal and other such people teaching online, and most people do that as well. A very common book is H.C. Verma. You can refer to that if you want to. Some easy topics and chapters which are scoring is a modern physics, the whole atom, nucleus and all, which is common with your physical chemistry. So like if you're studying it anyways, it overlaps. Then another easy chapter is semiconductors. A lot of people don't do this, I don't know why, they skip it. And it's one of the JEE Main only topics. I think BITSAT also it's asked, I think 1 or 2 questions come. Semiconductors may mostly do that junction diode and all that stuff. It's quite easy, logic gates and all that. Plus if you want to do coding going forward, it's very helpful in that as well. Logic gates, or NOR, all of that. Okay, now coming to one book, like I said earlier, H.C. Verma is a very common, very illustrious book. A lot of people do it. I didn't do H.C. Verma, by the way, just so you know. My teacher kept saying do H.C. Verma. I never touched it. I had both the books, I didn't do any. Okay, so you don't have to do it, but a lot of people do it and it's common, so do it if you want to. And one YouTube channel that's common is Physics Galaxy. He does a lot of questions, he does a lot of he has his own books and stuff, so refer to it if you want to. Then now Physics Wala is doing a lot of stuff, like there's a lot of free content. There are so many other YouTube channels that you can refer to. Feel free. Physics is not really my strong point, which is why the advice is so vague and stuff. Coming to chemistry, I'll sort of break it down into 3 parts. So I'll start off with physical. Physical may you need to have like a cheat sheet or a formula list type thing in which all the formulas are there, starting from your basic mole concept going all the way to say thermodynamics and all of that stuff. Okay, I think there's only like 7-8 chapters in physical chemistry and it's all about formulae. Okay, to a certain extent it's more maths than chemistry, physical chemistry at least, because once you know like the basic theory, then it's all about solving the questions, especially that hydrogen energy level, JEO, all that. Okay, coming to inorganic, do NCERT thoroughly, go through each line, because you never know which corner, say they'll pick up some exception and say, oh, what is the 8th element of Saturn? I don't know why did I ask that, but go through line by line NCERT. If you have trouble doing that, I think my notes are available. My notes and resources and other stuff that you want to use are at strategy.card.co, strategy.carrd.co. I try to put a link in the description, just check it out if you want to. Coming to organic, you need to know all the reaction mechanisms, you need to know how the hell this reaction happens, what are the steps involved, because what they generally do is they'll change one small thing and they'll be like, okay, where does it get affected? Like for example, they do that O18 thing, and then they'll be like, where is this oxygen? So for that you'll need to know like what happens to each oxygen, which oxygen gets removed in which reaction, which hydrogen ka thing is happening and all of that. Okay, so practice, know your reaction mechanisms and stuff like that. Coming to the easy scoring chapters, I'd say metallurgy. JEE Main at least one question is asked about just the names of the ores, which is like super easy. Okay, Then another easy thing would probably be H block and all. Sorry, hydrogen, not H. What is H block? There is no H block. Hydrogen, and like hydrogen is really easy. H block is just memorizing. I find inorganic really easy. You might not agree, but these are technically easier chapters compared to, you know, learning all the organic reaction mechanisms and all that. Okay, so that way I'd say all of inorganic is sort of easy, except P block. P block is like one huge light load. Okay, now coming to books. So for organic, MS Chauhan is a really good book, which I used. I think I was too late in using it, as in I only found out about it like 3 or 4 months before. If I was doing it since start, I'd be in IIT right now. I won't be sitting in BITSAT. But we make mistakes, blah blah blah. But don't make that mistake. Do MS Chauhan. It's a really good book. Find the PDF version, Kindle version, jo bhi karna karo. But like, do it with that. Okay. Then for other, like for inorganic, NCERT is enough. For physical, I'd say, I don't know what I did for physical, I don't remember, but like I don't have a recommendation for that. For YouTube channels for chemistry, I'd say Unacademy Atoms and Sakshi Vora is a really good,
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
really good teacher for chemistry. I only learned from her. Like in the last 2 months or so, it was just her videos I was watching. 2x, 3x, jo bhi. She used to do NCERT line by line. She used to have those PDFs and all updated. Inorganic, I did only from her. So, even nothing other things you can do from her. Organic also, she was quite good. Now coming to maths, my degree is in maths right now in BITSAT. But maths, I'd say the most important thing is to manipulate. Why am I saying this? But all you have to do in every maths question is just do some sort of scam and get it to a formula or identity that you know. There are very limited number of identities, formulas, theorems and all. But the trick in maths is to doing some sort of manipulation and then getting it to some sort of identity or formula that you know and that you can apply. Okay, so this is largely true for algebra and stuff like that. Conic sections is sort of a must. I didn't do conic sections, which is why, again, maybe I'm not an IIT because I didn't do conic sections. Okay, now coming to the easy and scoring chapters in maths, there's vectors and 3D geometry. Super easy. At least 2 questions come every year in JEE Main. BITSAT also is quite regular. BITSAT, I think more questions come from vectors and 3D geometry. It's very commonly asked. Mathematical reasoning. I have mathematical reasoning even in these courses like that I'm doing right now, maths. I have an exam on that on the 18th and I'm recording this, but and yeah, so these 2 chapters are like sort of scoring comparatively. Then I'd also say binomial is very scoring. Like it's a smaller chapter considering you only have binomial, multinomial, and what else is there? You need to find those coefficients, blah blah blah. It's sort of scoring. It's only very less theory, more applications and stuff like that. Now coming to a good book, I use Cengage. It's sort of tough and difficult, but JEE Main maths is difficult. BITSAT maths is also difficult. Okay, so you need to do Cengage. I did Cengage. I used to just check the answers, and then nahi mila to I'll ask my teacher or look online and stuff like that. One good YouTube channel is Neha Agarwal, Mathematically Inclined. Her playlist, she has like a playlist of all tricks. That has been a lifesaver for me and like many other people. In fact, some of her tricks I even used like a week ago in my end sems. Okay, so they're very relevant, they're very useful. Plus, maths is all about, not just maths. JEE Main and all is all about time management. So if you know these tricks, you're gonna save at least 3 or 4 minutes. That way, it's like a huge boost. Coming to English and logical reasoning. Okay, I sort of have an unfair advantage in this because I am from ISC board, so my English is flawless. But even then, like I had some sort of struggle in mocks and all because some of the words that they were asking were like very next level words and like I didn't really know what they meant. So one way of becoming better at English is, I wouldn't say Duolingo or anything. If you want, you can read better articles, maybe in the newspaper or something like that. If you want, nobody reads newspaper nowadays, which is why if you read the newspaper, you'll be in the minority top 10% or whatever. Improve your vocabulary, maybe listen to Shashi Tharoor, or like I really don't know how I improve my vocabulary, but like do that because that, and also to a certain extent English is all about logic also. Like if I give you a word inconspicuous, okay, then you're like, okay, in means no or like opposite, and then conspicuous means whatever. So like if there's an in, it's the opposite. If there's like non-opposite, less or whatever, stuff like that, logic that you can find within English. Coming to logical reasoning, if you've done those Olympiads, SOF Olympiads or some other Olympiads, this is sort of easier for you. It's all about, if I take this one paper and I fold it and then I cut it like this. If I open it up, what's the design like? If I give you 3 pictures of a dice in which there's like 3, 6, 1, yeah, you'll be like, how do you figure out what dice this is? And then if I give you a cardboard that's cut open, and then how is the thing and stuff like that. And a lot of it is also pattern recognition, which is what, if you're an NTSE scholar or if you have done KVPY and stuff, this is very useful for you. This is very easy for you, not useful. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. And truly, like, if you just listen to what I'm telling you, and if you work on this advice, I don't see anything standing between you and your dream college. That's it for now.